Hello the internet, Viperion here again with episode, this is what I'm looking for, episode number 3 of my modded server. Now today I'm going to show you a little thing called the Chisel mod. Now quite a lot of people know about this already. I didn't need to take that out of that chest, did I? No I didn't. I'll put that back in there. The Chisel mod is one of the most amazing mods you will ever see in your entire life. It is simply incredible, and you need that to make it, or you need a stick and a diamond, but obviously I don't have diamonds yet. This is the Chisel. As it says there, right click to open the GUI, left click to chisel the blocks that are already in the world, and so on and so forth. Don't worry about the target a block thing. So we have the Chisel here. Now, what does this do, you may ask? Good question, I will answer. Here's what it does. So we'll get out of here. You just select the chisel, you right click, and you get this little GUI here. Now, if I drop these oak wood planks into here, I can reskin these planks. So let's say that I want them oak wood parquet. Let's give ourselves a nice parquet floor, shall we? So you click on that, pull them out, and then all you need to do is place them. So just to give you an idea of what it's going to look like, and then there you go. That's all there is to it. And if I don't want those, if I want that design to change, all I do, right click on the chisel, put them back in, choose another design. Maybe I want them to look like a scaffold, and now they look like a scaffold. This is incredible. It's got a whole bunch of different wood designs. It's got iron and diamond and obsidian designs and all sorts of bits and pieces. It's well worth looking into. Such a simple mod, works with everything. Interacts with Tinker's constructs, interacts with Railcraft, interacts with Buildcraft and Mindfactory Reloaded if you have those installed, which I don't in this module, in this pack. And it's a new version, and this new version can do torches. Now this is brand new. So here we've got a couple of candle designs, we've got some lamp designs. Going to take those there. Now these are still torches, they work just like normal torches do. So I can go here and I can put these on here. They give off light just like normal. Can you hang them off the ceiling? No, you can't hang them off the ceiling because they're still just torches. All it does is change the look of them. So let's have a look at something else here. Let's have a look at this one here. So we'll put this one up here. What does that look like? And if we put it on the floor, very, very cool. So that's the Chisel mod. I am a very, very big fan of the Chisel mod. It's probably my second most favourite mod in this mod pack, next to Carpenter's Blocks, which I'll get into probably in a couple episodes time. What I'm going to do now is go caving. I'm not going to subject you all to my caving, especially since I have no armor yet or anything like that. But I did say that there was something in the torched module that I really wanted to show you, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, assuming I have gunpowder, which I don't, apparently. That's clay. Alright, I'm going to need to find a creeper, and there's one over that way. There's a couple of them over that way, probably underground though. So I will go and grab some gunpowder, otherwise I need wood and glass and iron, all of which I have. So I'm going to go and get some gunpowder and I'll be back in a second. Okay, we finally got there. As you may be able to tell by the mini-map, it is currently night time, although it's about to be daybreak. 5 creepers later, I finally have one piece of gunpowder. Now, watch this. This is cool. You go iron, no you don't, wrong already, iron, 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 wood, wood, gunpowder, glass, torch gun. This is every bit as incredible as you think it might be. I think I have a zombie at my door. Hang on a second. Let me deal with this guy. Where you at? You here? Where are you? You're there. Come on. Come get me, bro. Hey, food. Yay, food. Right, so, torch. Eat. What? I'm stuck on something. I'm not morphed, am I? No. What am I stuck on? There, it was a little odd. Sand? Sand. Right. Very weird. Anyway, as I was saying, torch gun. I also need a flint and steel. And you put the flint and steel in with the torch gun to load it. Every time you fire the gun, it uses a charge from the flint and steel. The other thing I need is torches. Now I don't know if this works with chiseled torches, but we're about to find out. So I have a torch gun. I shoot it. Nope, only works with the chisel ones. Okay, with the normal ones. So we'll go back to our chisel. We'll take our torches, put them back to standard Minecraft torches. Now watch this. And it does stick. This for caving. Oops. Yeah, okay, don't try and open a door while you're holding it. This for caving is going to be pretty cool. How many zombie flesh did I get? 2. Alright, let's hang that up. We'll hang that up and we'll come back after we've done a little bit of caving. So, this is from the iChun Torched mod. So let's say that you've got yourself a cave and it's nice and dark, which I'm going to accomplish by knocking out the torches around here. And it's all dark and horrible and you're not sure what's down there, like so. You can stand back here, get your torch gun, and I must have left one over there. You can go, alright, what's over there? And shoot a torch. I get an unreasonable amount of joy from this. Now it is using up charges on the flint and steel every time that you shoot it. But even so, it is very cheap to make. It is very cheap to use. Cheap to reload. And insanely handy. So I'm going to go and do some more caving. Nothing too amazing at this stage. I'm just going to muck around and get some basic resources because I'm lacking a little bit. And I will see you when I come back from that. Alrighty, we're back, and I am considering that a resounding success. I didn't die once, and I found, as you might see on the mini-map, but I'll show you on the big map, zoom in a little bit, there is a ravine there. Now the way I got to it was kind of circuitous. I went in through here and tunneled down this way and just sort of wound my way through here following ores. So down at around level 15 or so there's a ravine down here, so we're going to go back and examine that at a later date. I will put that on camera because there is a lot of stuff there. But this is what I've come away with so far. So we've got gravel, don't care about that, 12 gold ore, 2 silver ore, and there's more but my iron pick broke when I was getting silver ore, 8 lead ore, 26 iron, 5 copper, 4 of the Tinker's Construct tin and 13 of the Thermal Foundation tin. When I melt them in the smeltery they all become the same thing, so that's not so bad. A bunch of coal, a couple of bits of iron, 6 diamonds, hooray, some redstone, some lapis, run into some slimes. I got a bucket of lava to fill my smelter up with, and some ferrous ore, which isn't particularly useful, I don't think. So I'm going to throw my lava bucket into the smeltery and start smelting all this stuff, probably starting with the iron ore, so I'm going to end up with 52 iron ingots out of that, and I'm going to do it all separately so that they don't accidentally combine, because I'm not sure what combines out of here. I know silver and gold will combine into something called electrum, but I don't know what you use electrum for. So yeah, pretty good, and I'm in full iron armor now as well because of that trip. So yeah, pretty good, pretty handy stuff. And yeah, I will get onto that, and I will be back when I'm done. Okay, we're back. We have a bunch of stuff. We've got gold blocks and iron blocks, and we've got the diamonds there. We've got some copper blocks, some tin blocks, and so on and so forth. What we have now in our smeltery, which I've expanded, as you can see from here, if I right click on this, we've got 4 bronze ingots, which I'll talk about in a second, 6 tin ingots, and 6 iron ingots. Now, because I don't have 9 of anything, I can't pour it into my basin here. It'll stay in the basin, but then I can't pour anything else on top of it until I get to 9. The way I got to bronze, just to get back for that in a second, is I had some copper. I'm pretty sure it was copper in here, and then I poured some tin in, and it turns out tin plus copper makes bronze. So as I was saying before about your alloys, you have to be careful about what's already in the smeltery before you put other stuff in. I'm assuming you can use bronze for something useful. However, to get these out, I'm going to need to pour ingots. So what I've done here is I've created a casting table as opposed to a casting basin, which is what I had before. I've just moved them around, and I'm going to cast ingots in here. Now to do that I need to create a mold. I can pour straight into this, but then I'll get a big old mess of metal which I can't actually do anything with other than throw it back in and melt it again. So I've created a bit of a building here. I need to extend the roof a little bit. I'll do that later on off camera. But along here I'm going to create the Tinker's Construct benches and tools. I've also made a bed. I finally went out and found some sheep. So what I need here is I'm going to need some planks and some sticks. Obviously I can make them from the planks in the first place. And the first thing we need to make is some blank patterns. So I'll make a whole bunch of sticks here, and all you do is you put 2 sticks. How many do I want? That'll be heaps. And like that, and each one of these makes 4, so I'm going to get 16 blank patterns out of this, like so. And then you need to make a whole bunch, I've got some, yes I do have some in my inventory, a whole bunch of different tables off that. The first one, and they all take a pattern and a different thing underneath it. So the first one is just a block of wood, and you get a part builder. Now you notice that this actually has the birch texture on the legs, which is kind of cool. The next one I'm going to make is one of those, and having just made a part builder, I now get the Tinker's Weaponry book for free. I'll have a look at that in a second. A blank pattern and logs. Oh, and materials in new volume 2 as well, for a stencil table. Okay, now I'm going to put a bunch of stuff back in the chest because I'm going to have a whole lot of things here that I don't really need. I'm not going to need that, not going to need that anymore. Well, actually that's not true, but we'll get to that in a second. Carpenter's blocks is how I made my bed. We'll get to carpenter's blocks in a great lot of detail later on. Carpenter's blocks is my favourite mod in this mod pack. So we've got the part builder, which was a log, and we've got the stencil table, which was the planks. Now we need to make a what do I do with those logs? I've gone blind. Where are they? There they are. What we need to do is make a crafting table, and we're also going to need a chest, so we need 12 logs there. So we will first make a chest, put that in there, and then make a crafting table, put that in there. So a crafting table like that will give you a tool station, and a chest gives you a pattern chest. Now with those 4 things you can create stencils. So what I'll do is I'll put all those along this wall here. So what we've got here, we've got the part builder, which is the last part of this process. We have the stencil table, we have the tool station, and we have the chest, the pattern chest. Okay, now the pattern chest you can put down in here. You open it up and it can store, it can only store, I should say, patterns. So we haven't got any patterns yet. We've got blank patterns, but that's not a pattern. So we'll get to that in a second. So your tool station, now I'm pretty sure the stencil table goes beside here. The part builder is at the end of the row, and the tool station goes in here. Something like that. We'll find out in a second. So here we have the stencil table. So these are all the things that you can make with these blank stencils. Now you can make things like pick heads and axe heads and all sorts of bits and pieces. The thing we're interested in right at the moment is the ingot mold, which I can't actually see. Is it in this one? Nope. And it's definitely not in that one. Ah, right, I remember how this works now. Okay, so one of these, those are all the... okay, so if we put this in here, put this, we have tool rods and scythe heads and axe heads and shovel heads and things like that. What I'm looking for and not seeing, is that the fletching for the arrows, crossbow limbs, shuriken. However, what I'm looking for is the ingot stencil, and I am not seeing it. There must be something else I need to do first. I'm just going to go check the wiki and I shall return. Okay, so the reason I couldn't find the ingot stencil is because there isn't one. What I need to do is to melt some gold blocks, or melt a gold block, so I'll get 9 gold ingots in my smeltery. I also need to, hopefully I've still got some clay balls. Do I see any clay balls? Yes, there. Excellent. Get 3 of those. Oh, actually, no, I only need 1. Ha. But I'll cook them up anyway. I need a single brick, which obviously won't take very long. There we go. And it has a gold melted in here. It has. There it is. So we'll put the gold at the bottom. Remember I said before, anything you pour out always comes from the bottom. And what you do is you place the brick in the casting table, like so, and then pour gold over it, like such. And then when I right click on it, I pull the brick out, and if I right click on my cast here, I pull the cast out, and you can see it is an ingot cast. So I can put that in there now. So I have 7 gold, 4 bronze, 6 tin, and 6 iron, and all I can do now is pour these into the ingot, so I don't actually need any of that other stuff. And it will pull it out of here, and I can store them as ingots. Just like so. So once I've got all this poured out, so this will be empty, I'll come back to you all, and then I'll show you what all that palaver around here is for. It's for making tools and weapons essentially, but we'll get back to that in just a second. So I will pour all this out, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, so as you can see there, that is now empty, and I have 7 gold ingots, 4 bronze ingots, 6 tin ingots, and 6 iron ingots. I will pull that back out of here. Now you can put these casts into the pattern chest, I'm pretty sure. Yes, you can. Right, so all this stuff, stencil table, tool station, part builder. And I actually do have these the wrong way around, so I'll swap these 2 over. They are made of wood, so the axe is the right tool to swap them with. So tool station and part builder. Where's the part builder go? There it is. So part builder, tool station. Okay, so stencil table. Let's say I want to make a pick, which I do. Now I can look in the book, but I'm pretty sure that a pick is constructed from a tool rod, which we will need a pattern for, a pickaxe head, and the small binding, I believe, tool binding. We'll find out in a second. And as you notice, I can leave the blank stencils in that table. So then we go across to the part builder, and we say we want to make a pickaxe head. You can see there it says material cost 1. We're going to make this pickaxe out of cobblestone. Now I don't know if this works with chisel or not. We're about to find out. No, it doesn't. So I've just got to unchisel this cobblestone, which is what these walls are made of, incidentally. They're just basic cobblestone, but they've been chiseled. So I will return those to the basic cobblestone. Go into here, we've got our pickaxe head. There we go. And then we take our tool rod, which as you can see costs half of one. So you end up with a tool rod and a stone shard. Now I think they're identical to those. That's interesting, because there is an easier way to make those. I'll get to that in a second. And our tool binding, which is also unfortunately a half. I don't think I can put a stone shard into there and make a tool rod out of it. Oh, you can. Fantastic. That's nice and easy. So that uses the used up shard. Now I'll put those back in the stencil table just so that I know where they are. So that was the part builder, and then we go to our excuse me, tool station. We click on the axe and we put our pickaxe head in here, our stone binding in here, and our stone tool rod in here, and it gives us a stone pickaxe. 65 durability, mining speed 4, mining level iron. Now I think this is roughly similar to the basic stone pickaxe. What's the point, you may say? Well, the point is you can make much better tools than that, and you do that by upgrading your tool station to a forge station. I'll be doing that reasonably soon, but for now I have a stone pickaxe. Now what I can do, I don't know if this is upgradable. It doesn't appear, or do I do that in here? No, I do that in here. Modifiers remaining. See this modifiers remaining here? I can put modifiers onto my stone pickaxe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a pair of shears. Iron stick. Have they changed the recipe for shears? Maybe you have to make shears in a big crafting table now. Iron stick is a new one for me. I didn't know you could do such a thing. So let's go and go into here. Is that going to give me shears? No. Is that going to give me shears? No. Interesting. Silver shears, lead shears, ferrous shears, invar, shiny, steel, copper, tin, silver, lead, ferrous. Oh dear. Okay, how do you make these? Oops, wrong button. How do you make these things then? Okay. Well, hopefully, since I happen to have some tin here, I will do it with tin. There we go. So we have some shears. So I'm going to go and sleep the night away, and I'm going to go, not right clicking on stuff with the chisel equipped is always interesting, and I'm going to go and find myself some moss, which is actually pretty common in this part of the forest, which is quite good. I just have to find it growing on a tree. Actually, I know before I just go running off into the wilderness, I know where there is some, so let's go get it. So I'll go to my shears here. That's interesting about the iron shears and the iron stick. I'm going to have to look further into that. There is moss here. Now I think... good. Does it give me a moss ball? Yeah, I think that's all I need, but just in case, I'll get some more. I may need 9, so Let's get 9 just while we're here. Alrighty. I don't think I do. Maybe I might actually need 9 to make a ball of moss. And the reason that I want a ball of moss is, come here to my tool station. I can put my pick into here. I can put a moss into here. No, I do need a ball of moss. So, am I carrying a crafting station? I am. How handy. So I will put the crafting station down. Might as well put it on top of here. Craft this into a ball of moss. No, I won't. Why won't I? Because that's not how you make it. No, in that case, that moss must be the stuff that you use. Stone pickaxe. Oh, and that's been left in there, of course. So my stone pick is in there. I want to put moss in there, but I can't then take the pick out. Maybe you can't upgrade. It does say that it's got 3 modifiers remaining. What this is supposed to do is moss makes things self-repair. And on the more advanced tools you can put a piece of moss on it and it will attach itself to your weapon or your tool, and then you don't need to worry about durability because it will always fix itself. Don't know why, because it seems to be the only moss. No. There's that. Ball of moss is the one that we need, which is not this. I think we have a mod conflict here. The Biomes of Plenty moss is not the ball of moss that I require. That's a shame. Okay, never mind. But we've got our pick there. I shall investigate further. I shall return. Okay, through the magic of television and way too much moss gathering, I finally found that. So you can put moss on here. You can see now that it's stone bound, which just means it's stone basically. Auto repair. So I can put that on there. And now my stone pickaxe, which isn't particularly amazing. You can see if I hover over it, if I go F3H to turn durability on. Hey now. Isn't it? F3H? H is something else. Nope, not going to work for me. Anyway, if I mine something, you'll see the durability on my pick go down, and then after a certain amount of time, and apparently it heals itself faster in sunlight. So I'm just going to stick out here for a second. You should see that durability bar go away as it repairs itself. There it goes. So this is essentially an infinitely replacing pickaxe. Because it's just a stone pickaxe and it only has 65 durability, I can burn through it quite quickly if I was to mine 64 blocks before it had healed any. But that is essentially what it's for. Now I'll be using this a lot more when I make my Tinker's tools. There are much better versions of the pickaxe available, and there is a thing called an excavator and a hammer and a lumber axe, which mine out large quantities of things all at once, so I'll be using those. And you can put modifiers such as mossy on this so that they fix themselves. But for now I think that'll probably do. I think that is about all we have time for. I'm going to rearrange this so that these are down on the same level as each other and all those bits and pieces, but I won't bore you with all those details. And I will fix my wall like such, and I will catch you next time. You keep doing what you're doing. Bye bye.